How's it going? It's Grant with the Garden of Eater, and in this video we're going to talk about shrimp and assassin snails. Now first off, I just want to apologize. The tank is looking a little cloudy. I had to scrape the front and the side of the tank just in case I needed a side view. However, all the shrimp and assassin snails have kept the bloodworms over to the front view. This tank gets a bit of daylight, so the walls are constantly green. So in 2 weeks I'll have to scrape this tank again just to be able to see the shrimp. So of course we're going to talk about the assassin snails being compatible with the shrimp. First off, these are my green jades, and this tank has been running for 4 years now. It's had assassin snails in it just about the entire time. I have never once seen an assassin snail even eating any of the shrimp. I've never really had any dead bodies or any issues in this tank. So not to say the assassin snails didn't eat the shrimp. However, when it comes down to it, I just don't think the assassin snails are hunting any shrimp. And if you see the tube coming out of the assassin snail, that is called a siphon. The siphon is meant to attach onto a snail shell, and then it kind of protrudes a hole and sucks the snail out and eats it. However, it could do the same thing to a dead shrimp and the same thing to these bloodworms. But at the end of the day, these shrimp are just way too fast to be caught by that siphon. If it happened, 1 in a million chance. I'm not saying it can't happen, but whatever shrimp got caught by the assassin snail, chances are it was probably sick, dying, on its way out already. It's basically survival of the fittest in this tank, and you shouldn't have anything to worry about with the snails getting a hold of the shrimp. The only way that would be possible is if the shrimp was already injured. They're just way too fast. I've seen the shrimp climbing on top of the siphons, and there's just really no worry at all. I wouldn't throw these snails in with my most expensive shrimp like the boas or anything like that. First of all, the acidic water would not be good for the snails. It's just not a risk I'm willing to take. But with $10 shrimp that reproduce 30 babies every month, I'm really not going to worry about it. So if you really want, a massacre of snail shells, and you have that Malaysian trumpet snail problem, you could throw these assassin snails in your tank. No problem at all. Your shrimp are not in any risk. However, you are going to have to deal with trying to remove all of the snail shells if the snails were bothering you in the first place. I just recommend getting used to the snails. I think they're a great thing. A little trick that a lot of people don't know is, for baby food, the best thing for them to eat is the little slime that the snails leave behind. And if you have assassin snails, they'll do that too, but you're not going to have that big, huge population that's just climbing over everything and basically farming your own little baby food all around the tank. So if you have snails, I strongly suggest just leaving them in your tank, especially the Malaysian trumpet snails. They're great. However, this is just my assassin snail farm tank. It's not the best tank for it. It's got some bronze crypts in the back that the snails will lay eggs. They're extremely slow breeding. They only lay a few eggs at a time, and only on stem plants. They don't lay big clusters of plants. So if you wanted to get rid of the eggs, you could just very easily keep an eye on your stems and remove them as needed. But these guys, they don't breed very, very fast. There's not a lot of demand for them, so I don't really try to focus on them too much. The main project of this tank is the green jades, but the assassin snails just have their home and they're living together just fine. And I sleep easy at night knowing that the assassin snails will not bother the green jades and vice versa. So you're looking to get some assassins, don't worry. They're pretty much shrimp safe as long as your shrimp is nice and healthy. So if anybody has any questions or would like to know about another tank mate with the shrimp, you know, the scoods, they are not good to have in your tank, but the assassin snails, not a problem. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe for future content.